On March 8th, join Illuminessence at its first annual awards gala, a night of celebration and inspiration to honor young femme leaders, legacies, and guys who get it. Dress to impress in your formal attire. Enjoy the red carpet, cocktails, dinner with live entertainment. Hope to see you there.
Welcome to the chat, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day and the pressure that we all feel to buy the right gift, to receive the perfect gift. And I'd like to know, as women, what are your thoughts about Valentine's Day? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And why?
You know, starting off, ladies, I didn't get the red memo. I know it's Valentine's Day, but ladies...
Valentine's is always red.
Hey, my hair is red.
You balanced it out perfectly, exactly. Your hair is red.
Now, I'm going to go with love it.
Okay.
Because chocolates go on sale the next day. So I usually go and buy them 50% off. And I have chocolates for a whole year.
Very smart.
And it is my birth month. But no, let's get on a serious note. I do love it. I wish every day to be on a Valentine's Day, but, you know, we live in a society where it's go, go, go. So it's good to have that one day where we can just sort of think about, oh, okay, we need to pay attention to our significant other. And I know it's bad, but, you know, it is good to have that day dedicated to love. I love love.
Okay, and May Marie?
I love it, but at the same time, I don't get the hype because I think it's a great way to just celebrate romance and love and do something special, but I think it's just so overblown and overrated where people go all out and then what happens on the 15th? It's like, okay, back to basics. What happens to the roses and the flowers?
She's got the perfect solution.
At the end of the day, if you're going to pamper me, do it all the way, or if not, then don't bother with just one day. But even though that being said, I've had pretty romantic and memorable Valentine experiences, so yeah, well, I've had some great ones. So
that's positive. But, you know, I have to put myself, if I have to choose, love or hate. I'll say hate, although not really.
A romance novelist hate?
And I'm a romance writer.
Okay.
But, you know, I think it's more like you said, you want every day. Yeah. Like, I don't want all this hype and expectation just for one day and the sense of obligation. I think that's the worst part. Because someone can go into a chocolate store and buy you chocolates 5 minutes. They don't think anything beyond that, oh, I've got to get something for Valentine's Day. They bring it. How much thought is behind the gift? So if it's something that's carried out all the time, so that you know that, well, Valentine's you got something, but perhaps also on March 3rd, you're going to be surprised again, then that's when I don't mind it.
Like, you know, like people going to the stores and they're getting all this sexy lingerie, and I'm like, okay, you're going to wear it tonight, and then tomorrow you're back in like frumpy pajamas. What's the point of it? So my thing is, you know, chocolates and flowers.
Keep it hot every day.
Keep it hot every day. Keep it sexy, you know. And the same thing for the guys. Like I want your partners to go into lingerie stores any other day and just surprise me with something sexy. And you know, just you have to keep the love and the romance and all that alive.
I mean, I love. I'm a romance writer, so I love it. And I love it to be ongoing, not just the sense of obligation for that specific day.
I watch a lot of Bollywood movies, so my image of love is sometimes unrealistic.
Singing and
just sing to me.
If he comes into the restaurant, wherever you are, and he's singing, you're like, he's the one.
I'm like, oh.
He's the one.
Except if he has a really bad voice, though, because not everybody can be those Hollywood actors. But Bollywood actors, they have great voice.
Maybe he can dance.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, okay.
What if he can shimmy the hips?
Abs.
So okay, this is going to something really interesting.
Yes, okay.
So I think we're now into a definition of what's sexy.
Well, I was going to say.
Abs and like, okay, what?
Well,
we're not that shallow.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But
what are you looking for? What turns you on that gives an extra oomph to even the Valentine's Day? Is it a nice little six-pack or?
So now are we going there, or are we keeping it more to romance, or?
I think both.
You know, if I was in a relationship, I would expect something out of the ordinary. I like adventure. So maybe, you know, if they did get a deal off Groupon, good.
You didn't answer the question. You completely bypassed her.
But you know,
I love the abs, I love the thighs, I love the big arms, if we're keeping it real.
And you had said something when we were taping I think it was like Christmas, when we were talking about looking into the soul, and so we're not going to be shallow, obviously, and just say we're looking at the physique.
No.
But I think also just looking at the positive attributes, right, that the person brings.
What's the perfect gift? That's what I'd like to know. What's your perfect Valentine's gift?
Oh, God. Well, I want a gift.
I buy that myself.
I want a banging gift. Something like, I don't know if I want jewelry, perfume, lingerie. I want it all. Like just something that really is thoughtful, but also
expensive.
Yes. I'm serious.
Thoughtful and expensive.
I'm being honest.
What about you?
You know, I think that I actually would prefer a gift that gives me time. You know, something where I can relax, put my feet up. I think a dinner made at home.
Oh, a spa treatment too. Like just going to.
I'm trying to give the men out there other ideas that women still say, hey, that's good.
That was romantic and thoughtful.
But spa, there's nothing wrong with the spa.
A nice home cooked dinner too. I really love a nice romantic dinner cooked and
time to cuddle together, you know.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with spending a few dollars, but I'm getting this image of maybe someone, poor man, giving you this beautiful gift, and you look and you say, this is just
no. I know. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say, no, come on. I appreciate everything and all the little things. Like I said, cook me a nice meal. I think what's important is the thought that comes behind it, because it can still seem so amazing and so expensive, but it's not about that. It's really just what it symbolizes for me.
And it's the little things.
The little things that count.
Yeah, and same thing for me. I think it's not so much about the gift. It's the gesture. It's the thought. For me, an experience out, just to kind of go back to my answer, an experience outside would be great.
Exactly.
Rather than just spending money on a material thing.
Yeah, because the material, you know.
It fizzles and it's not sustainable, but it's thoughtful too, and it adds something extra.
Well, I definitely am looking forward to hearing the guys who get it, who are coming up next, and I'm going to be getting to question them.
Yeah.
Grill them.
Romantic. Yes, women want to know. So I look forward to speaking to them in the next segment. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with the chat.
On March 8th, join Illuminessence at its first annual awards gala, a night of celebration and inspiration to honor young femme leaders, legacies, and guys who get it. Dress to impress in your formal attire. Enjoy the red carpet, cocktails, dinner with live entertainment. Hope to see you there.
And welcome back, everyone. We are here today with Roger and Ryan, two of the guys who get it, who have been featured in Illuminessence magazine. And we're here to chat about Valentine's Day, which has already passed, but we want to get your perspective as men. Roger, you're married, and Ryan, you're single. Mm-hmm. So my question for both of you is, do you like Valentine's Day, love it, hate it, and why?
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Well, Valentine's Day is just one day that enhanced something that goes on every other day of the year. Because Valentine's Day, why make it so special when, especially in a married life? If you're going to wait for that one day to do something special, then guess what? The judge is going to love to see you. That's far less it. So something has to go on a regular basis. Every so often, it's just good to do something spontaneous that you might do Valentine's Day. You might do it the week before. So you're surprised. You got to keep a little bit of, as I said, a little bit of spice in the relationship. So Valentine's Day is not really the day. Every day of your marriage life has to be the day.
So you have a very happy wife, it sounds
Sometimes.
like. Sometimes?
We're not all perfect.
No one's perfect. But
as my grandfather always tell me growing up, if the road is not bumpy, guess what? When it drops, it's a cliff.
Oh, that's a great line. And you know what? That I know someone who went through exactly that. He thought he had the perfect relationship. He said they never fought. And then one day she dumped him. He couldn't understand why. But that just summed it up. It was just too smooth a road. And when it was over, it was over.
Yeah, and you see, that's the thing, that in relationships, you're always going to have bumps, you got to grow. But you got to have, if you don't have a stipulation within your marriage or within your relationship where you know that, and as we do me and my wife do, no matter what the argument is, every night we sleep in the same bed.
Oh, that's nice. That's
and
very good.
That gives you a chance where you might say, you know what, you may think about what happened, and you may get the apologies coming from both sides, because two people in a relationship are going to have differences.
That's
right. If there's no differences, then there's nothing to grow. There's
Absolutely.
nothing to teach the other one, nothing to help the other one. So you got to grow.
Absolutely. Okay, so Ryan, your perspective as a single guy.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say I hate it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah.
But it's not because I don't like the day. I mean, the day itself is fun, and anything between the implied romance or cinnamon hearts or even just giving, cards with Iron Man on it, it can be very fun. And you can do fun and spontaneous things, and it can be romantic and everything like that. But what I don't like about it is sort of the expectation that you can group romance into one day and the rest of the year is just bland gray.
Great answers. I love this.
I would prefer to not have a day that is based on expectation. I don't like expectations to begin with, to a certain extent, because it kind of makes you think that there's this assumed answer or assumed end to things rather than just the work that goes into it. You said the bumpy road.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have that kind of stretch across a year rather than a commodified day. And it also allows, from a male perspective, I think it allows men and women as well to become lazy on the other days of the year rather than putting in that work that actually is romance.
Well, this is why you are two guys who get it, because you've got great answers to the question. I love the answers. What then would be, is there a time that you've had someone really disappointed, in your case, your wife, that you did not do something specific for Valentine's Day? Or was there a romantic gesture that you tried that failed? Is there something you can speak to?
I probably can talk a little bit about
He's got lots of experience. Okay, so what would you say then is perhaps a romantic gesture that you tried and thought would be great, but it failed?
As I said, compared to last year and this year, last year we decided to do the whole Valentine's thing, the dinner, the gifts and everything. I bought her a video game because she loves playing video games. Yeah, it was appreciated, but it wasn't appreciated as this year when we decided, because she had a death for her close friends and she worked nights the night before, so she wanted to rest. Just suggested of me leave her alone so she can get the night just to rest, and I said okay. And I love basketball dearly, and I went to watch a game, and I came back home and we just hung out, watched TV, and that was really more appreciated than the year before. So sometimes it's not about the gift; it's about the thought that and the consideration that you put into that relationship for that day. And as he said just before, but making Valentine's Day be the only day can be a huge problem in a relationship. Something you got to step it up a little bit more and do something out the ordinary every now and then, and even make Valentine's Day be in September, October, because you can't base your relationship on one day. You cannot. And that's why I agree with what you said before, that I think they make it that day for the commercial, but commercial doesn't keep a marriage together.
That's right. So what are your thoughts? Has any grand romantic gesture failed?
Plenty of failure. I would say the one that kind of most immediately comes to mind is, I don't think it was Valentine's Day, but it was a special occasion of some sort in a relationship. And I'm really bad at booking places for dinner or making reservations.
Okay. Procrastinator.
Yeah, well, not even procrastinator, because that implies I would actually end up doing it, and I did not. So we went to some place, and they were full. Went to another place, full, and kept basically downgrading the restaurants that we were checking out.
This is not good.
And I have nothing against Kelsey's, but like it went from like nice, unique restaurant to like Kelsey's, and there was a definite kind of chill on the other side that was like, really sorry about this.
Yeah, well, you didn't put in all the effort ahead of time.
And I somewhat learned going forward.
Somewhat.
Yeah,
I give you a hint.
somewhat.
When it happens, put Valentine's the following day. So I'm going to make it 40 hours instead of 24.
That's right. See, it's wisdom from the married.
Spain.
Yeah, seriously, because how much time have we really want to go on that specific day? And because it's so commercialized, there's nothing, nowhere to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do it the day before, the day after, you're smiling.
That's right. And women appreciate
Oh,
that.
yes.
I think you can't go wrong saying, okay, I screwed this day up, but you've got tomorrow
Yes.
as well. Well, thank you for coming in and talking with us. And I think the audience got great insight into the male perspective of Valentine.
On March 8th, join Illuminessence at its first annual awards gala, a night of celebration and inspiration to honor young femme leaders, legacies, and guys who get it. Dress to impress in your formal attire. Enjoy the red carpet, cocktails, dinner with live entertainment. Hope to see you there.
So what did you think of what the guys had to say? I mean, they talked about how sometimes these grand gestures can actually backfire, and that the road to romance is bumpy. It's not always linear, and actually when it's smooth, that leads to problems.
May?
I can totally relate. I think I've been in a relationship, married for however many years now, but I can relate being with the same person. But I think the hardest part of it is if you just live in that fantasy zone, it really can backfire because it's not sustainable, especially if you've been married. You know that there's no candle lit every night. Those are like a special moment. You know? So no, I can totally relate. And also the grand gestures is not sustainable because reality steps in like with 2 kids. And now that's when you start thinking about quickies. And oh my God. But I'm just making all of that work with. So yeah, you have to become creative. And again, I think at the end of the root of it is the love and what you guys share. That's really what sustains.
You know, I really liked when Roger spoke about his wife having lost a friend just before Valentine's this year, and what she wanted was just some space and time, and that was more romantic to her than the big gift he got her last year. So sometimes it's about time because you see that sense of thoughtfulness that, you know, as opposed to, oh no, we have to do this, it's Valentine's Day. Well, no, let's just sit back and let you have what you need.
Exactly.
And having zero expectations. I even though we were talking about gifts and wants and needs, I think having zero expectation, just going with the flow.
Yeah.
If you both feel like doing something that year, do it. It doesn't have to be special every year, but if you can. But you know what? Make sure
Every
to have
day.
a Valentine's Day every day.
So February, it's basically Valentine's beyond February 14th.
Absolutely.
That's what we want.
Valentine's beyond. Well, thank you for watching the chat. Until next time, keep illuminating.
On March 8th, join Illuminessence at its first annual awards gala, a night of celebration and inspiration to honor young femme leaders, legacies, and guys who get it. Dress to impress in your formal attire. Enjoy the red carpet, cocktails, dinner with live entertainment. Hope to see you there.